Good morning, Super Scholars. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend and that you took some time away from work to spend with yourself or with your family, just taking a break and really enjoying the weekend. I'm excited for Monday and I hope you all are ready to come back and grow your brains from home. Before we get started on today's lesson, let's review our weekly math vocabulary. The first vocabulary word is digit. Digit is any number between 0 and 10. There are 1-digit, 2-digit, and 3-digit numbers. Place value is the value a digit has because of its place in a number. So looking at the number below, 125, the 1 is the hundreds, which tells me I have 100. The 2 is in the tens place value, and that tells me I have 2 tens or 20. And then the 5 is in the ones place value, which tells me that that's what I have left over. So it's just 5. 1 is a single unit or object. The ones place is also called the ones digit, the digit that tells how many units are left over after making groups of hundreds and tens. 10 is something with 10 parts or units. And the tens place is also called the tens digit, the digit that tells how many groups of 10 are in a number. All right, today is Monday, May 4th. Let's really work on making this Monday marvelous so that we start our week off great. A important vocabulary word for today is multiples of 10. Multiples of 10 all end in 0. So when we count by tens, every number you say is a multiple of 10. That just means that when you're making this number, you're using 10 somehow to make it. So let's practice counting multiples of 10 or counting by tens. Count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Great job! Do you think you could keep going? Try it out sometime. Okay, so let's look at our learning target. I am learning to add and subtract multiples of 10 from multiples of 10 using models or drawings. So looking at this learning target, you need to be able to add and subtract multiples of 10s from other multiples of 10s, and don't forget about using models and drawings. Now, your success criteria says I know I've got it when I can use my addition or subtraction strategy to make an equation that represents the problem. So you need to be able to use strategies for addition and subtraction and make an equation to represent the problem. Before we get started on your work today, make sure to click on the video Climbing Up This Mountain to practice counting by tens to 100. It's always good to practice because that's how we get better. We're going to continue this week with adding and subtracting groups of 10. Remember, normally when we have cubes, one tower represents a whole group of 10. So when you see a tower like this, do you need to count each cube? No, because you can just look at it and know that that is 10. Just like when we look at a full 10 frame, we automatically know it's 10. This is the same thing. A tower is 10. You can use cubes, 10 frames, 100 charts, or groups of 10 objects. Oh, sorry. Use groups of 10 objects in your house to help you solve your problems. Here is a 100s chart that could also help you. You can always review adding and subtracting by tens by playing the two games from last week. Click on the links below to play these games. These are for practice. You don't have to play them, but like I said, practicing always helps. Now that you've had some time to practice counting by tens and subtracting and adding tens from the games, you're going to complete Student Activity Book page 310. While you're working, don't forget, how can you show your work? Remember, the learning target used the words model, and our success criteria used the words equation. Do you think you could show your work by showing a model or an equation? Are you being neat and organized? If the teacher looked at your paper, could she tell exactly what you were writing? You always want to do your best first grade work. Is my answer labeled? Sometimes that makes it easier for the person looking at your work to find the final answer. And how can you represent this problem into a math equation? Remember our success criteria. I know I've got it when I can use my addition or subtraction strategy to make an equation that represents the problem. So the page you're working on today is 310. How many fingers? You're going to solve each problem and show your work. The first problem says there are 9 people at the park. Everyone has 10 fingers. If 3 people leave, how many fingers will there be? Number 2 says there are 6 people at the park. Everyone has 10 fingers. If 2 people leave, how many fingers will there be? Make sure you read these questions carefully, scholars, because they could be a little tricky. I can't wait to see the work that you all do today, and I'm so excited to start our Monday off great and have a marvelous Monday.